Hello and welcome back. So today we're going to be taking a look at two different things. I'm going to be giving a quick overview of the Type 59. Not that you don't really know what it is, but it's a good tank to sometimes get a little bit of a reminder, plus a few things changed with 9.10. Then we're going to be taking a look at two video clips of myself, Krampus, and Koala all platooned up and playing a few games, and really showing you guys why it's so important to platoon when you're playing, whether you're grinding or grinding up. We were credit grinding, but if you got to grind credits or even experience or whatever, playing solo in this game, it's not worth it if you have friends. If you can platoon with people, always, always, always. I just want to drive that point home. But anyways, let's talk about the Type 59. So, the infamous Type 59 that you can't really buy, you can only win. A few select people have it. And it's a tank that, if you can get your hands on it, I would recommend doing so. However, to be honest, the T54 Mod 1 is actually a really good alternative. It has better armor, but it sees tier 10 matchmaking, so in my mind it's not as good, but if you want to get close to the Type 59 performance and playstyle and experience, the T54 Mod 1 is as close as you are going to get. Now, let's talk about the armor, because that's the most important thing. 100 millimeters of front armor. However, that kind of lies because of the sloping. The effective is around 140 to 150. Even looking straight at it, and quite frankly, adding some angling, you can get the thing close to 200. So that's the funny thing, that some tanks have, some low-profile tanks such as E25s and things like that, they have a problem getting through the front armor. Now, the turret, if you can get to the sides and rear, sure. But the front, basically, it has different armor zones on it. My usual recommendation, if you can shoot at the front of this thing, shoot at the hull. If you can only see the turret, back off and outflank him. If you have over 250, 260 pen, you can get just to the right or left of the gun mantlet. Sometimes it'll go through, sometimes it'll not. Even though Tank Inspector shows the different zones, it doesn't always work that way. So that's just the way it kind of is. But the mobility on this thing, I swear that this stuff lies, because this thing feels a lot faster than what it is. Basically, it's a 36-ton tank with 520 engine horsepower. I feel like this thing performs like it has more than that. The resistances are really quite good, so this mobility is basically on par, if not better than a Pershing, by quite a bit. And that thing's got like 700-something horsepower, with it being like 40-something tons, so this thing's very on par with any of the tier 8 mediums, if not slightly more mobile. Now, the gun is quite good. Standard Chinese 100 mil, really good rate of fire, at over 7 rounds per minute if you have a vents and gun rammer. 181 pen on standard, 241 on the premium. That's why I really love the premium rounds on this thing. Any tier 9 I don't have a problem with, except the shoe tank VK4502B. 250 alpha damage, 0.39 accuracy. That's a lie. It's totally like 0.35 or 36. I rarely miss shots with this. 2.9 second aiming time seems about right. Now, at the 380 meter view range, you're not going to see many of these spotting. This thing's more about medium to close range brawling, flanking, and basically, it's a very good defensive tank. Now, really, the way to destroy this thing is very simple. Get close to it. Get close and flank it. That's basically the biggest thing. This thing really likes being 150, 200 meters out, where most people can't aim at any weak points, because there's the weak points on the top of the turret, the two hatches, which are weak points. They're not that weak, but they can be utilized if you have over 170 mils, 160 mil of pen, and you're actually accurate. But that's kind of hard to do. So really, overall, get in close to this thing and flank it. Once you have the rear or the side armor, you're pretty much going to win every single time. But anyways, what I really wanted to talk about is platooning with tanks. Now, it's going to be myself, Krampus, and Koala platooning. They're going to be both running Super Pershings, and I'm going to be in the Type 59. And we had a series of really good games because we were platooning and doing exactly what we're supposed to do. These games really showcase what the Type 59 is good at, and what it's bad at, but also with the Super Pershings also, but how you're supposed to be communicating in a platoon. And that's kind of the biggest thing I want to drive home. But enough of me yakking, let's get into the gameplay. So hello and welcome back, and we are going to be looking at this gameplay. So, it's myself, Yeti and Krampus, and Quixotic, and we are all having some fun here on Tundra. Now, if you notice, we're all going to the hill. That's because, quite frankly, you have to go to the hill. You really don't have an option if you're in medium tanks and things like that. Quite frankly, you just have to. Oh, T-44, bang, nailed him. Yet again, this gun seems to do quite well with those snapshot situations. Bounce a shot off the turret, and we keep going. Now, I'm going to put myself in a very hard spot. Yet again, T-44 is really quite good armor. With it sloped like that, I was going to bounce no matter what. I'm trying to juke him out with them, and then behind me, I'm basically really exposed. I really want to be where the T-37 is, but I don't want to... Oh my god, I'm going to eat a shot. Oh, it hits the engine. I have to repair that. Really where the T-37 is where this thing works quite well, and he gets killed. So now I can use his wreck. I make a bit of a misplay. Not there, that was just kind of a bounce, but against this WZ, I take a hit that I shouldn't. I am not angled properly. If you notice, he had a shot at my front drive wheel. If I had angled like 10 degrees more to the right, he would have bounced. But anyways, okay, so I take that hit. So I've lost half my health, and I haven't really done anything yet. But that's where, yet again, you're in a Type 59, you're going to get focus fired out. Now, Quixotic's pushing against the T-44 and the WZ, and I'm just noticing now, oh my god, I have to do something. I have to get in there, and this E-25 is just kind of chilling, not really doing much of anything. This is where that lack of horsepower starts to get you. Yet again, E-25 still getting in the way. E-25 should not be here, by the way. You don't put an E-25 up here. So Quixotic's having some issues. He kills the WZ. Now the T-44 is smart. He puts Quixotic between myself and him. He's not stupid. However, he sees me. Then I put myself in between because I don't want Quixotic to take another hit. T-44 bounces off my turret. I know I'm going to have him. He's done. Quixotic took another hit, I think from the IS-3. So now there's an IS-3 down there. Oh, I don't want to get hit, but I kind of want to sneak a shot. Now that IS-3, while moving, he stops quickly. He gets a snapshot on me. That's a lucky hit. Now I'm down to 200. Quixotic has a kill on the WZ. Krampus is trying to hold him off. And I'm up top here. And it's 5-6. So it's not looking great, not looking terrible. This is kind of the point where everybody starts to settle in. It seems like the battle line's drawn around the EF line as per the usual. And we got some guys. Now, watch this prot. This whole game, that prot worries me every time because I don't know what he's doing. Oh, there's a Challenger. If you guys look, though, look at the accuracy on these shots. I am making snapshots. Oh, that's a lucky hit, by the way. If that IS-3 had killed me, this game would have been over. That is the miss that saves my day. But anyways, there's the Ferdy over there. Now, here's where the three of us are kind of trying to dig in. And we're just trying to get a handle on the situation. Oh, there's him again. There's actually the IS-3 again. He causes me a few problems this game, but don't worry, we're going to work him out. There's three of us and one of him. So, this whole time we are talking in TeamSpeak, in chat, trying to communicate. And that's one of the biggest things. If you're playing this game, now I'm playing a very risky game here. Oh, IS-3 fired. He's got another 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5. I get a lucky shot on him. Quixotic misses. By the way, something I do is whenever I'm aiming in, when I hit the fire button, my right mouse is to zoom in and out. So I always zoom out just to see the damage better. So now he's down to one-shot area. I'm not going to worry about him. Krampus and Quixotic will take him. Quixotic gets him. Alright. We're at 3 kills for the platoon, which ain't bad. You know, I'm worried about the prot. I don't see him. Oh, there's something. Ooh, and there's an IS over there. Okay. By the way, I'm running without mods. I like to do it on and off, so my mod pack will be coming out this time, and I actually do mean it. I have it done. I haven't posted it yet because of 9.10, but that'll be posted soon. But anyways. Is that the Challenger again? Why, yes it is. And look at these, by the way, these shots. This thing doesn't act like 0.39 accuracy. It really doesn't. That aim time is decent. It's not that bad if you have a good crew. And a lot of these things actually go the same with the T-54, the T-54 Mod 1, and the T-44. A lot of these kind of designs with the similar guns. A lot of these similar stats do somewhat apply. Characters. There's the T-28 Prot again. Now, something to look at. Notice my ammo. I've already used quite a bit of ammo. I'm down to 20 shots total. So, I can't exactly carry the game that much now. Krampus and Quixotic. Ah, Krampus takes a hit, but notice he only took like 100-something damage. It seems like the IS is using the 85 mil. I'm pretty sure that's what Krampus or Quixotic was saying over TeamSpeak. So we're kind of like, okay, now the IS isn't a big threat, because if he's using the small gun, then... And Artie gets Quixotic, which that really didn't help us out. See the AT-15s in the center. Krampus is going to go in, but yet there's the E-25 behind the IS. Now this is where the E-25 does something good. Krampus takes a small hit. I wanted to wait and see what was going to happen with Krampus. I take him out, and then I'm yelling, saying, you know, we got to get back, this Artie, you know. Now the GW's over up at A1. He was spotted. It says the Ferdy over at C7. Oh, he's spotted. And I have an opportunity. I'm up here. Both the AT-15s are, well, the ATs are spotted, so. Ferdinand is turning. He isn't looking this way. Move forward, move forward, move forward. Let's get a shot on him. Yeah. There we go. So yet again, using these ridge lines and using what you can to get the shots down. Now, Krampus is moving forward. Now, we're both going to make misplays here. I'm going to make one, and Krampus is going to make one. But that's going to happen a little later. Now, AT-15. That's a tough nut to crack. That's hard. So I'm loading up the premium. And I know for a fact in this game, at the end of it, I end up doing quite a bit of damage. Around 3,700, just to give you guys an idea. Both those guys at the end. Oh, now there's the prot. Now, he's just been sitting there. I'm starting to wonder now, like, I don't think he's actually playing. Nope, he wasn't. I wish I had known earlier, else I would have taken him out a long time ago. AT-15, his side is onto me. 248 pen, that goes right through him, and E-25 will snag him. There you go. Now the E-25 is with 3 kills. I'm at 2. Krampus doesn't have one yet, although he does a good amount of damage. And Quixotic's at 2. So there's an AT-15A. There's also the Ferdinand, which, oh, there he is. Put a shot into him, back off. 3 regular rounds and 6, well, 3 AP and 6 APCR. Now, oop, he's looking at me. He's looking at me. I'm not going to take that. Nope. Now, the GW Tiger P, I know for a fact right now, is probably looking at me. This is where I make the mistake. I should have backed off completely. But I was so concerned with trying to get the Ferdy and trying to help Krampus send the E-25 out that I end up screwing this up. I spend so much time trying to perfect it. Bang. So I'm done. Now here's where the misplay happens. If we go switch over to watch E-25, Krampus rushes the Ferdinand. He should have stayed behind the rock. But that's now it's down to the E-25, and I want to give Twisted 7 some credit. At the beginning, he went to the wrong spot, and this is one of the hilarious parts about the E-25, and that's why I love mine, is he can just wreck the Ferdinand without a problem. So, now we're going to have the fun part of an E-25 versus GW Tiger P. Which, you know, it happens. But the point I want to illustrate here is it's 2 things. 1, with this map, you have to control that hill. Especially if you're medium tanks. Well, the Super Pershing's an honorary medium tank, but that's beside the point. The point being you have to control that hill. If you don't control it, especially for the Southern team, you will lose. So it's always vitally important. The 3 of us controlled it. We did a butt ton of damage. And in short, the E-25 is going to win us the game. So he's just going to cap out and do whatever. Alright, so now we're here on the new Red Shire. What was used to be affectionately known as Camp Shire, but now is the new Red Shire. With myself, yet again, Quixotic and Krampus with the 2 Super Pershings. And by the way, I would recommend this as a really good platoon or any other I like this platoon because you have the Type 59 that can brawl against the heavies, and the Super Persians also can. We're all effective against really every other tank type. So it's a really good platoon, especially because they have the gun depression, but I have the better armor and the mobility, so I can kind of cover them. The three of us worked really well. Now, if you notice, it's kind of myself rushing forward to get a good spot. There's an ELC. I don't like the ELCs there. He's going to be scouting a lot of things. Try to take a shot at him. Nope. Already, by the way, that VK-2801, that's a hell of a shot. I got to give him some credit on that. But anyways, so I'm just going to rush forward. I always like to try and get an aggressive spot to hold the enemies off, just while my friends get here, because I have the turret armor to do so. But there's going to be a few tanks up here. Now, there's an IS-3. Which, you know, they're a bit of a tough nut to crack, but from this angle, his hull armor is reduced, so I can always just aim down and penetrate it. There goes Artie. Now, there's the Jagd Panther 2. He's going to be a bit of an issue, because he's well sloped. And then there's a T-69. And don't worry, there's more of them coming. I think this game, just to give you guys an idea, I know Quixotic did a couple thousand, Krampus did around 1,000 or so, and I did around mid-3s. So, we were definitely communicating. Now, the IS-3 is moving forward. That's why I love the Intuition perk. I can switch the ammo type basically instantly. And we're going to move forward. Now, I really want to get side shots on this IS-3. I want to get him out of here. And no, there's a prototype. Wow, so we got a Jagd Panther 2, T-69, IS-3, T-20 prototype. This T-69 is just going to bounce shots. Now, I take a big hit from the Jagd Panther 2. And from something else, which we have yet to spot. So now I have to play... Oh, what's back there? Oh, the Jagd Panther 2. I'm aiming. Bang, take the shot back. Krampus is moving forward. I got Quixotic over there also. I actually hide behind this rock, and this is actually not a bad spot. I kind of use it as spur of the moment. And there goes the Tiger 2. Tiger 2 kind of goes YOLO. Krampus is burning. And Krampus dies. So there's also a Stir Emil that has shots over here. So it's myself and Quixotic. So Krampus did a good run. He was trying. He did what he can. But against this many enemies, it happens. So Quixotic gets a good shot in the prot. Artie takes out the prot, and I was saying thank you. In game, there we go. Hit the T-69. There's the Jagd Panther 2 in the back shooting. T-69 bounces again. We do a 1-2 hit on the T-69. He's at 1% health. Normally I wouldn't be using this much premium, but quite frankly, there were so many tanks that I just wanted to get these guys out. There's the Jagd Panther 2. Showed his side armor. I got him. Quixotic gets the other T-69. And we're all set. Now, you notice we also won the 1-2 line. So, we're doing quite well holding down over here. Now, there was a T-32 in the back over at B8. So now it was us against an IS-3, T-69, T-28 prototype, T-32, and a Jagd Panther 2. And we ended up winning this so far. Quixotic's moving ahead. He has more health. Let him move forward. Always share your HP with allies. Now, see, these guys are on low health. See, there's a T-32 around there. That... he just rams him. Our Super Pershing said, oh, the hell with it. I'll just do it. I'll just go by. Put a shot into him. Quixotic kills him. And there we go. And look, we even got a few more guys left up here. So you notice every time Quixotic and I are usually, all three of us, both these games have been trying to shoot the same targets, take them out, focus them out, and do what we have to do. That's kind of the point with any platoon. You guys have to communicate, focus fire the targets down. And then all you have to do is mop up later. But really in a platoon, if you can take a strong position and hold it, that's kind of one of the things of World of Tanks, is making sure, oh, this poor T-34. Sorry, dude, but you're just done. There's nothing you can do. But anyways, there's a Pershing, RHM, and an M12 over at A1. So, I'm going to deal with those guys. But no, if you're in a platoon, and especially a Tier 8 game like this where you have so much control, you can take the aggressive position and hold it. And you're fine. Oop. There's an M12. This is a lucky shot. He just misses. So I'm just, right now, just cool and calm, you know, put the shot in him. Now here's the RHM that tries. I gotta give him some credit. But he misses the shot. He just dirts it. Poor guy. Now there's nothing he can do. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in close. I'm going to be just too late for that. If I was like a second earlier, he would have only been able to hit my turret and would have bounced. But anyways, either way, we still kill him for the third kill. So we got 5 kills for the platoon. Now, in short, what I really want to say is this is not a tribute to the tanks that we use very much as how we did it. We all play to the strengths of the tanks. And that's really the biggest importance. If you always stand a better chance in a platoon. You always stand a better chance if you play to the tank strengths. And you have to know your tank. You have to know exactly what it's capable of. But then also play as a platoon. And that's one of the biggest things. If you notice, almost every time that we're in those platoons, we are focusing on the same target. We are communicating where we are. We're saying, okay, we got to get this guy out, or this guy out, or this guy's low health, this guy. Communicate. Don't go silent in those platoons. That's one of the biggest things. So, overall in a review, I will say that the Type 59, if you can get it, get it. The Super Pershing, as much as everybody thinks that it's still a piece of crap, it's still quite a good tank. It's really all about the gun, and it's really all about the troll armor. And the gun's not anything overpowered. It's roughly on par with the Type 59. It even has a better rate of fire, but it's not about anything in particular. The armor's decent. You know, the lower plate sometimes is a bit of an issue, but there's some weak spots. But at medium to longer ranges, the thing does really well armor-wise. So that's why they all work well. My advice is usually, if you're in a platoon, find tanks that work well together. Especially if you're grinding, and especially if you have tanks with special matchmaking. There are even some regular tanks in the game that have special matchmaking. Make sure that you're running tanks that you all can be in the same spot. That's one of the biggest things. I never liked running platoons that had, you know, a long-range tank destroyer like a Jagdpanzer 100, and then running like an M60, and then running like a Batchat. It's like, well, y'all are going to be in different areas. And people are going to argue with me on that. I know guys at the higher end that they'll all each run a different type. One will run an arty, one will run a heavy, one will run a medium, and they'll all go their own paths because they're all good. But I feel like that wastes the potential of the platoon. The whole idea is you can have 3 of us in a platoon that can hold down 5 guys that are solo, 5 or 6. And you can do it. We've done that. We just kind of did that. Yes, we had help from artillery and help from that YOLOing Tiger too, but even so, it's a force multiplier if you are communicating effectively. And that's kind of the note I want to leave on. Now, granted, in the future, I'm going to be having more videos on how to platoon. I'm going to be taking a little bit more of some live gameplay of us platooning to give an idea, but this goes out to really anybody in any clans or anybody platooning out there. You gotta communicate. That's it. I've seen so many times where platoons, everybody's just kind of quiet. They say, oh, go here, and then as soon as the battle hits, there's dead silence. You want to avoid that, if anything. Talk, communicate. I know I'm reiterating it a lot, but that's the point I want to drive home. But alright, so that's it of this edition of Know Your Tanks and platooning together. Thank you for watching. Let me know down the bottom if you like it. Comment. Let me know what you think. Alright, thank you all for watching, and I shall catch you all next time.